Hi, it's Miss Donna with Raleigh Parks, Recreation and Cultural Resources. This video is part of our At Home with Nature series, Seeds and Plants. Do you know that there are some plants that can live for thousands of years? And there are some plants that can grow hundreds of feet tall? Plants are amazing living things. And most plants begin their lives as seeds. And from those seeds, seedlings grow. And those seedlings grow up and they become mature plants that create more seeds. So how does all this work? Well, let's figure it out. Let's start with seeds. Sometimes seeds can be small, like these apple tree seeds, but sometimes seeds can be quite large. Do you know what this is? Did you guess a coconut? You're right. If we planted this, we could grow a coconut palm tree. But no matter what their size, seeds have parts. And on the outside of a seed is a protective cover. It's called a seed coat. And on the inside of every seed is a tiny plant called an embryo. And also on the inside of a seed is stored food for that tiny plant as it begins to grow. And you know, you can see these seed parts for yourself. You'll just need a few seeds. And you can use dried beans from your pantry. Just place your seeds on top of a damp paper towel and then cover it with another damp paper towel and let it sit for a couple of hours. And then that'll soften those seed coats so you can carefully split them open. And inside you will see those tiny plants, those embryos. So how do those embryos begin to grow? Well, when conditions are just right, those embryos begin to absorb water and they swell and they swell. And then they break open that tough seed coat. And this is called germination. And at about this time, roots are going to start to develop. Roots are an important part of a plant. Roots have a couple of jobs. Roots can hold plants into the ground so they don't blow over in the wind, but roots also take water in for the plant. Plants are thirsty things and they need lots of water, so usually they have lots of roots for slurping water. And that water goes through the roots and it goes to other parts of the plant. I've got a tomato plant right here, and I see the tomato plant has a stem. The water travels from the roots to the stem of the plant. Sometimes plants have stalky stems like this tomato plant, but sometimes other plants can have viney stems, or they can have woody stems like trees have. And the stems are an important part of the plant. The stem's job or function is to transport that water and food to all parts of the plant. So wait a minute, plants need food? Yes, they do, because they're living things, and all living things need food for energy. But plants don't have feet, and they can't go to the grocery store to buy food. So plants make their own food. They're called producers. And they do that food making in their leaves. The leaves are the food making part of the plant. In the leaves, there are chemicals that combine with sun and moisture and parts of our air, and food is created. And this is a process called photosynthesis. I see another part of our plant. It's peeking here. I see a flower. And flowers are an important part of plants because that's the seed making part of the plant. Inside of flowers, there's pollen. And as pollen moves from flower to flower, either by the wind or by animals called pollinators, then the flower becomes pollinated and seeds can form. And sometimes a plant will create a fruit surrounding its seeds. So tomatoes are fruits. And eventually those new seeds are going to need to make their way to the ground. And you know, if they fell just below the parent plant, there'd be a lot of competition for sun and for water. So seeds need to move away from the parent plants. And that's called seed dispersal. And plants have some interesting ways of dispersing their seeds. Sometimes seeds will blow in the wind. Sometimes they'll float on water. Sometimes Sometimes they'll roll away from the parent plant. Sometimes animals help with seed dispersal. Sometimes animals like squirrels and blue jays will hide seeds. They're hoping to eat them later, but sometimes those animals forget about their hidden treasures and plants will grow. And sometimes animals will carry seeds on their fur. Some seeds are meant for that. Some seeds have, on their seed coats, they have hooks and barbs so that they will be attracted to an animal's fur and move away from the parent plant. You can do an experiment to see this. You'll just need a sock. You can take a sock and you can place it on the outside of your shoe. And then you can go for a walk. You can walk in a grassy field. You can take a walk in a wooded area. And then when you're finished your walk, take your sock off carefully and see if there are any seeds on it. And if so, do those seeds have barbs and hooks? If so, they were meant to move away from the parent plant with the help of an animal. It's fun to learn about seeds. It's fun to learn about plants. But you know, the best thing to do is for you to grow some of your very own plants from seeds. And it's easy. I recommend using some bean seeds. Bean plants grow well. Bean plants grow quickly. You can actually begin your plants right indoors. You can take a few bean seeds and place them on a small piece of paper towel and dampen the paper towel and then fold it over one time and then put that right inside a resealable plastic sandwich size bag. And then take the bag and tape it on the inside of a sunny window within your home. And then in just a few days, you will see the germination process. You will see roots descend. You'll see a stem and leaves. They're seedlings. And then you can take them out of the bag and you can take them and plant them outdoors. You can plant them in a garden if you have a garden outdoors, or if you don't, you can plant them in a pot and you can put them in a sunny window inside your home. You're going to need to keep your plants moist. You can measure the growth of your plants every few days. Bean plants grow quickly. Eventually you'll see flowers. And we know what happens with flowers. Yes, seeds form. And with bean plants, we see their seeds surrounded by pods. And we like to eat these. So as you eat the beans that you help to create, you can delight in the wonder of our plant life cycle. And you will realize science never tasted so good.